Hey there, welcome to the table. Just making sure the camera's working there. All right, I got very confused because there was only 4 minions out, but I forgot that at the end of the last video, one of the minions got killed during its activation phase because it attacked us. So I happen to know what minion's coming out next. Just a little hint. Because I actually started recording thinking that I had to do the minion phase. So this goes back 1, 2, 3, 4. I actually moved that one inappropriately. And I caught myself because this is the second minion to move. And I was like, no. I know for a fact we moved this one because it's right in front of the quest room we need to go to. So I knew that was going to be a problem. So anyways, this guy is coming next. We know that, but I'll just leave it out and we'll spawn it when the time is right. So I did roll for the torch and it was a good roll, but I'll go ahead and roll again for the sake of the camera. It was still a good roll. 12 is normally bad with a pickaxe, but for the torch, it's a 1 or a 2 that makes it go out. So I don't know why Roger mixed it up like that. Generally speaking, I believe that if you have a bad number that you don't want to roll, you want to be consistent about it. But sorry, caffeine break there. So I don't know why he did that there, but let's go ahead and go. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all the way down. There's nobody that we're going to do in a particular order because I don't think I'm going to be partying up or anything like that. So with that said, we're going to start with the wizard. And the wizard's here. I know I often have this camera at an angle on most of these game boards just because of where I'm sitting versus where it is relative to me. I have a feeling I'm going to have to wake this guy up or wake this girl up and take her down. So the one thing that's in my way is this trap. Somebody wrote me once in an earlier video, why did you just go and stand on a trap for no good reason? And it was a good question. I mean, I did it just to get it out of the way, so that way we could move through the hallway without, my thoughts were, okay, if we can disarm the traps when there's no emergency, then when there is an emergency, we can go through those halls really quickly because the traps aren't there to impede us. That's the way I'm working with my brain. I will still say again and again and again that Roger missed the mark with traps. Like, traps in my mind are something that the rogue should have been an expert at, like using the lockpicking or disarm trap skill. There should have been some element of that to this game. But with that said, our decision is do we move the mage towards this, and in doing so, we're going to trigger that trap. And the answer is yes. There's nothing else for the mage to do. So I roll a 4, and it's going to get a +2. So let's see how bad this becomes. So in 2 moves, we're going to deal with this. Oh, it's a blue. That was really good. That's what, the second one we've gotten so far? Maybe third? So that was 2, and then I get 4 more movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this minion is triggered, so it's for sure in raid mode. So I got to put a raid marker on it. And then I'm going to roll again, and it doesn't matter what I roll because I only need a 2 to get up to the minion. And we're going to, of course, attack the minion and try to kill it before it gets a chance to run away. And it's just pulling up the app here. Groovis Games Unlimited. I give him credit. He has the coolest company name ever, Groovis Games. All right, so let's grab her token. And I really like, if I can, I can get this oriented so you can see the whole screen. And then I can just put this here so you can actually see the stats while we're playing. This is actually a really cool layout. So what we have here is the scepter, the magic, and the bow. And of course, we are the magic user. So that part's going to come out really nice for us. So for sure, we're attacking with the magic. The dagger is his second best ability. The scepter and the bow both get +1 for him. So it doesn't matter. So we'll go ahead and attack with the bow and defend with the scepter. And we got to turn that sound off. All right. So the bow is a 7. And, I should have paid attention to this. We should have attacked with the scepter because it was a lower number. I wasn't being really smart there. So roll is a 7. Obviously we missed. So we're going to take a damage there. And he's down to 10 health. Oh, I forgot some phases here. Excuse me. We have to do the encounter. Event. Throughout the dark, twisting dungeon, a loud, deep horn is heard. All minions on patrol route reverse the direction they are traveling in. This does not affect raiding minions nor minions currently on spawn points. Okay, that's fine. They didn't actually move, so that doesn't affect what we just did. And we got to do the Guardian spawn roll. But before we do that, I'm going to just reverse the direction of everybody. And it reverses. Okay, we're good. All right. Then the next thing we got to do is the Guardian spawn roll. And I'll do that over here. I rolled a 9, which is not enough, so it'll go down to 14 now. And yeah, so we took the damage for this. Now this is a 13, and you can see that was an 11. I wasn't very smart about it. This thing only has 2 health points, so that's fine, because our big damage dealer is this one. We rolled an 11, and we're getting a plus 4, 5, 6, plus 11. So that's a guaranteed hit. So we just annihilated it. And that weapon does 3 damage. Our mage has an awesome weapon that does 3 damage. So she's dead. And we don't get any life points for it, of course. And then we got a miracle roll we need to do here. So the raid is done. Oh my gosh, I rolled a 19. I think for the first time in ages. Look at that. We're getting 100 gold. And we're getting a loot. Oh my gosh. Oh, we got to do her special ability. Before combat, roll a 1d20. Place 3 tokens. These represent increased health. Oh, let's do that. I rolled a 5. So, neener. You don't get squat. All right. So, sorry about forgetting things. You would think that by this point I would have it all down. But yeah, that's awesome. So we get 100 gold. Let me do that first. It goes on the mage. This girl's gone. We're cultist of Zool. Are you the gatekeeper? Now, come on. Everybody knows what movie I just referenced there, right? Zool and the gatekeeper. Come on. Somebody out there knows it. Okay, the loot. That's right. We get a loot. Oh, it's a good one. The Staff of the Elders plus 3. So what's awesome about this one is not only is it plus 3, but it's plus 1 to wisdom. And remember, we're trying to do the secret room. The mage's wisdom is 6. And we gave him the thing that gives him a plus 4. So he's at 10. This would make it 11. Now, one thing, though, is the mage already has a pretty awesome green damage weapon. In fact, it's this one, which is green and dagger. So it's pretty versatile for the mage. So I'm going to leave it with the mage. And one thing to bear in mind is anytime we deal damage to undead with the mage, it deals 1 extra damage. So that's 4 damage to undead. So I'm going to, unfortunately, we're going to keep that with the mage. But we can give this to anybody else. Like, for example, the Cleric has a plus 2 magic attack weapon. So we can give it to the Cleric, which then means I got to give this to somebody. But that's the idea, right? Is we're going to just, flow these along. The Knight has a 0 magic attack. The Cleric, or I'm sorry, the Paladin actually has a +1. The Paladin wanted to get scepter damage. The Knight actually has chaos and sword. So then the Archer gets a -2 to her magic. The Archer has a really crappy second weapon though. It's just a red sword that does +1 damage. I mean, this only does +1 damage too, but it has a +0 to the red sword. This at least gives her a +2. So I think what I'm going to do is I will give this to the Archer, just so the Archer has a... Well, what it does is it cancels the Archer magic attack, so it's at least 0. Archer has a -2, that makes it a 0. It's no worse than this, which gives a +0 to everything. So, and then this we're going to give to the Cleric. I know that was a lot of bouncing around, but that's what we're going to do. And then I have a loot pile. For example, these are all the weapons and stuff that we're not using. And right here is the awesome sauce, but we got to have level 3. So just setting those off to the side. And yeah, we have now the Rogue could possibly use the magic attack. You know what? We're going to do that. So the Rogue happens to have this little weapon here that gives +1 bow, +1 magic. You know what? We should probably just give that to the Archer. Although the Archer doesn't do a lot of attacking in this game. But we'll give it to the Archer. So it's a little necklace. This here is a ring. So, and then of course we have our weapons. All right, yep, we'll work with that. And that was both actions for the Wizard, so Wizard's turn is over. Next is the Rogue. Okay. So the Rogue situation is she's in this chamber, but as soon as she steps out of the chamber, she's actually going to be more than 4 spaces away. So if you're more than 4, you're out of line of sight. So she can step out, and then of course there's a trap right here, where I guess she could go around the trap, and maybe get down here to help out with the stuff. So I think we're going to go ahead and do that. And I might actually trigger the trap just to get it out of the way again. And hopefully the Rogue would have the right skills to avoid it. But that hasn't been the case. Roger tends to be pretty... like those traps just seem to do all kinds of crazy things. Maybe I don't need to trigger the trap because you could just step right around it. So the door is down here. Oh, there used to be a mining thing here. So in order to get to that, you'd have to go through the trap, but we know that mining thing is dried up, so there's no benefit there. Yeah, there's no reason to trigger that trap. I'll just go around. Oh, look. Yeah, actually, if you go around and then go this way, right, you trigger this trap. So either way, it's a trap. Okay, I see what's going on there. Yeah, we'll trigger the trap. Okay, so, yeah, let's move the plan with the Rogue here. All right, I rolled a 1, but she gets a +4 to her movement. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and... which trap is better to trigger? You know what? I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and we'll trigger this trap right here. It's blue. Awesome. I wonder if the other one was blue. we're going to be running out of blues here. We're getting super lucky. That was 3 blues in a row. Holy buckets. We definitely defied probability. But then again, we had, 4 out of 5 minions go raid on us in 1 round. So that sort of defines this time. So I get to roll again, and I didn't even think we could, but we could actually try to form a party and try to take down a 3rd level monster. I don't know if that's a smart move or not, but that would be a load of fun to do. Can you form a party when you only have 1 action left? I honestly don't know if there's any specific requirements that are against that. The issue is you would have to have enough movement points to get into the room. And the thing is we would. I can even bring well, first of all, the archer is immediately after the rogue. So no, I can't form a party because of the way I got lazy with my party order. So no, the answer is no. So I'm going to roll 6. And here's what I'm thinking of doing, though, is maybe they'll form a party so that way they can work together to take down these level 3 monsters. So, I mean, a 6 is a good 10 movement points for her. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, we don't need a party to take out a level 2 room, but, we're on the verge of going up to this room and taking out those, or we can come back and take out these. All right, so Rogue's turn's over. Now we go to the Archer. I think we said there's only 3 cards left in this deck. So unless I shuffled it wrong, one of these is the exhaustion marker. So I'm going to have the Rogue or the Archer go ahead and mine it. We still get to roll a d6 because of that event. And we need a d12. So we're going to get all 3 of these cards. 1, Zoltan. 2, oh, it's going to be the very last one, isn't it? And there it is. This mining site is exhausted. So mining site A is toast. Completely exhausted. So even though it's going to, quote, refresh in the 3rd round, that's not going to be the case here. But I can't stress enough how awesome it was for us to be able to get through that. Now, where can we go next? Well, you can see way up north there is a treasure. See that? There's a treasure up there that might be worth grabbing while we're over here. And then also the next mining location, there's one here, that's B. There's one over here by this monster, that's D. And then C happens to be way up there as well. So that would actually be the closest one to them. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to have her go for the treasure. And yeah. So I'm off camera right now rolling a d6 for her. I rolled a 4. So she gets +3 to her movement. So that's going to be 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm going to spend the 2 essence to finish up. And we're going to open that treasure chest. Oh, and somebody pointed out that I've been getting really anal about being orthogonally next to things. You do have to be orthogonally next to the doors for the chambers when you open those. However, things like the treasure chests or attacking monsters, and even like mining, you can do that diagonally. I fully confess, I was not doing it that way. So thank you, I think it was Monty that brought that up. And that actually does make things a little easier. So there you go. There's another rule. I was not getting fully correct. But this token's not going to say anything. It's just a master token. And the important thing is the treasure deck. And this is going to be the last treasure card we're going to draw, I think, unless there's some other weird effect that lets us draw one. So what do we get? Oh, shabam. That's a 1200. I will take that. Woohoo! 1,200. Where have you been all my life? All right, we'll give that to the archer. And then we probably want the dog to come, because the dog can get all of this, can carry unlimited of this, get the money, maybe drop off some potions, and off we go. Okay, so that's done. And yeah, let's do the dog, because I don't think I need to worry too much. Well, it's possible that they can get injured really bad here. This can wait. Yeah, let's do the Paladin first and see if the Paladin needs help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then he gets a bonus of +2. And then he's going to get a bonus of +2, and even if I roll 1, he's making it in the room. So I'm not going to worry about rolling for that one. Oh, what did I do with my coins? Here we go. All right. So let's see what we get. A level 2 monster. So it was pretty consistent there. And the level 2 monster is going to be... Let's bring this up. All right, so it is the Paladin taking it on by himself. And we got the scepter, the bow, and the magic. All right, the scepter, the Paladin does have a decent bonus. Gets a +6 to the scepter. Weapon-wise, he has a +2 damage weapon and a +1. But none of them are bow or magic. That's the problem. His bow skill is +0. His magic skill is +1. So, even though he gets a +1 to his magic, the bow is actually the better route. Although he's going to take 2 damage if he misses on the magic. That sucks. But yeah, that's the situation here. So if we do an attack there, and an attack there, and then defend there. Ugh, okay, 4 hit points on this guy. Oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to use his skill. His skill is going to cost 1, 2, 3, 4 essence. He's down to 9 now. And before you worry, I'm going to get the skill up and show it to you. Oh, here we go. Look at this. I do have healing hands with him. It was just buried underneath. I got to quit being a goober. So we're actually going to do that as well. We're going to spend 2 more for healing hands, because this guy, he's sitting on only 6 health. So healing hands is going to roll 1d4. All right. I rolled a 1. Yay! Healing hand stinks. Okay. So maybe not use that anymore. We'll use the Cleric to heal him. All right. We have this Consecrate Ground, and so I'm choosing this one, which is going to lower all their abilities by 4. I could choose this one, which lowers them by 2, but it was just 1 more essence. And this is a one-time use. So I think, per the rules, and this is where, you know, those of you who are watching, keep me honest, this one will turn upside down. But since I also have the level 1 version of Consecrate Ground, I believe I can cast this as well in the same turn. So I can do this for the first combat round, and then I can do this for the second roll of the combat, and then eventually they would both be turned upside down. It's just that I would have to pay 4 essence here and 3 essence there. As long as I have the essence, I believe I can do both. So, again, the rules don't cover this. So, I'm sure Roger has an answer if we ask him. But Roger is a very busy man. Okay, so with the -4, that means we subtract 4 from all these numbers. And good thing we did, because look at this. This is a crappy 5, but I get to add 6 to my number. That puts me to 11, and that's going to give me 2 damage to him. So he's halfway dead. The 11, of course, would have hit him even without the -4, but that's good. So then for the magic, we were defending. We rolled a 15, which is amazing. That would have defended even without the spell. And then we rolled a 13 on the bow, which would have hit even without the spell. and that only did 1 damage. So he's still alive, and we got to do this again. So I cast the spell and didn't even need it. Now watch me not cast a spell this time, and I'll need it. The unfortunate part is the 2 damage thing is there. I'm going to wait because we still have 3 guardians we need to take down here. So we got a 15, which is good. The good news is that the cleric gets, or the paladin has no negative numbers unless it was magic or chaos. So we have a 10 on the bow, which is a miss. But then we have a 6 plus 6 is 12. That's 2 damage. We do kill the Thurifier. As always, I forget to do the text at the bottom. Before combat, each hero must test Wisdom 13 to negate the effect of the vapors. On a fail, several things are going to happen here. If I rolled a 6 for the entire battle, the hero can only defend. What kind of crap is that? So Wisdom 13, his wisdom is 3. There's a good chance I'm failing this one. Well, look at that. I got a 15, so I passed. So everything we just did is validated. We don't have to change anything there. All right, we get 2 life points. And we're going to roll for loot. 16 and 9 is what the card says. I rolled a 5, so no good there. All right, and then this should do the quest. And there it is. I got the 2 pieces. Now, one thing to point out. Roger gave us the 2 chalice pieces, right? But he also gave us a chalice. So I think when you get the 2 pieces together, ta-da, you can make the full chalice. So when you were doing the setup of your game and grabbing the pieces, I don't know if you even noticed that in your game, but there is a 3rd piece you can use, and now that shows that we have a completed chalice, and you can put the other 2 out of the game. So yes, we have a completed chalice, and that is actually something the dog can run back for us, and then that would complete the main quest. But for purposes of our game, the main quest is complete, so we can come over here and flip this over, and now all we have left is we got to kill the 3 guardians, I think, but we haven't had a single guardian come out yet, so that's a little bit of a wait. And then, of course, we can try taking on some of the level 3 monsters along the way while we wait. So, quest complete. I am going to start moving the dog. Oh, we roll a d10 for the dog. Here we go. So that's a 9 plus a 10 is 19. And then a 1 plus 10 is 11. So 19, 29, that's 30 movement points for the dog. We're going to need it. That's the reason why I rolled twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. We're next to the Paladin. So the dog is going to take the chalice. The dog is going to drop off an ochre juice and a healing potion with the Paladin just to help out. And you know what? Going to drop an elixir off as well, just for good measure. And what did I do? I did 19 out of the 30. So now we got to move back and try to hand the quest back in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And you know what? We can just do that instead. All right. Next up is the Cleric. So we're going to want to party on dude, and I mean the cleric's sitting all by her lonesome over there. She has good healing abilities. She's probably not the best attacker in the world, as far as like joining up as a party. I think as a party, the paladin, the mage, and the rogue are pretty powerful. The problem is that the mage and the rogue sort of overlap each other because they both have like the dagger abilities. So they're not the best either, although they do have nice damages, the two of them do. I think, well, and the other thing is we're very close to that secret room. So it'd be nice to maybe go over and get that going and maybe check out the mystery chamber. There's so many things we want to do here. I think the cleric is going to move over. She will make a good addition to the party because of her scepter ability. The paladin is probably not, the paladin's probably best suited to switch with the knight for the mining, because the knight with his protection ability is quite awesome, having him in a party. So maybe that's something we should do next time, is switch who has the, although the paladin I think has a lot of fabulous skills. Anyways, neither here nor there. Let's roll for the cleric to at least get up with everybody else. So here you can see we got an 11, and she gets a +4, so that'd be 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So she's right up there with everybody else. All right, we already verified that the torch isn't going to go out, so now we're going to roll. The knight's going to try to get to the other mining site. So I rolled a 5, and then the knight gets +4, because it's 2 moves, right? So that's 9, and then the torch gives +4 more, so that's going to be 9 and 4, 13. So let's bring the camera up. So much easier now that the board's clearing up. And what did I say? 13? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If I was willing to spend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 essence, I can get there. I don't know if that's worth the cost. So I'm going to go ahead and wait till next turn. Obviously, the event is still in our favor to get more stuff, but I'm not in a hurry. Okay, that brings us to the end of that. The minions get to go. So we're going to be spawning 2 minions now. So let's see where the first one spawns. On number 2. And remember, that was the Duran Duran, the Union of the Snake. So we're going to go there. And it's the Overgrown Black Viper. And actually, when I started the recording for this video and mistakenly thought I still needed to do this phase, that is exactly where he spawned. So I rolled the same thing twice. So I'm finding that interesting. All right, and then the next one is going on 6, which I thought was going to be a problem, but it's actually not. It's sort of okay. The Orc Archer, blue, it's coming out. And I just need to find the... Okay, so this one, the 6, is right up here. All right, so now we just gotta start at minion 1 and work our way through. So the first one we have up is the Wraith, which is right there in front of the camera. So I'm just grabbing the dice behind the scenes here, and I'm gonna go ahead and roll them. I rolled a 3 for the raid, 4 for movement, and it's orange. So the 4 for movement gets +3 added to it, so it's 7. And remember, their direction got changed, so 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So he's gonna go along the orange path. Next up is the Shadow Servant, which was over here and also changed directions. I rolled a 9 for the raid, 5 for movement, which gets a +3 for 8, and it's green. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So both of those were threatening to actually get into the areas we wanted to go, but they, because they turned around, that was actually fortuitous for us. Next, according to the chart, is the spider. Oh gosh, where's the spider? Oh, he's over here in the corner. All right, so we got a 6, we have a 6, and then that's a +4, so it's 10, and then blue. So that spider would have reversed directions. I just for whatever reason, didn't do it last time. So instead of going this way, he'd be going this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the blue would be 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and now we get to the new guys. So the snake. Snake goes raid, which is a little bit on the bad timing side because I'm sort of very far away from him. But he is going raid, and he got a 6, and then he gets a +4. So he's moving 10 spaces in raid mode. That's not good. Not good. Not good. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got a roll. I rolled a 6. 8, 9, 10. He's very close. The good news is, I guess, the Paladins or the Knights close to taking him down, so he won't get to do any mining, but he will get to intercept him. And then the last one is the Archer. Green, and then 4, and then I believe it's a +2. Nope, +3. So, sorry for the shaky. Green is this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's creating problems for us. All right. Where are we at? 36 minutes? Yeah, let's do another round. So, starting at the top, we got to roll for the torch. Torch is still good. Then we're going to dish out our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's do the I was going to say let's do the Archer first and see if the Archer can catch that snake. There's no way the Archer is going to catch that snake. So let's do the Knight first because we're going to have to catch the snake. Then we'll do the Archer second just in case. And then for 3, 4, 5, and 6, we definitely need to, well, I want to go try to get that secret room. So we're going to do the Mage 3, and then we're going to 4, 5, 6, the Rogue, Paladin, and Cleric. Since the Cleric can heal, I don't want her spending essence. The Rogue just has the Shadow Dagger, which is nice, but I'm going to let the Rogue be the one that spends the essence to form the party, and then the Paladin and the Cleric will be the next two. And I'm thinking, yeah, let's get some level 3 monsters under our belt and score some big life points here. Speaking of which, our life points, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, we have 20 life points. We need 24 to level everybody up to level 3, 6 times 4. So, lots of points needed, but that's okay. We're good. So I always forget because the thing is placing this 1 through 6 gets you in the mode of, okay, what do I want to do with this hero? What do I want to do with that one? And so then now I'm eager to start my turn. And now I got to stop and do an encounter card. Oh, it's an interlude. Perfect. So nothing bad happens to us. Let's roll for a Guardian, which could ruin our day. Well, it's not going to ruin our day. We actually need them to start coming. It was a 7. I was actually wishing it was a 17. So nobody spawns this round. So we get another turn. The marker, by the way, is down to 13. So it is getting easier and easier, but still hasn't happened yet. Now we start our turn. So culling number 1 is the Knight. So I'm going to roll for movement. The Knight is going to get 1 + 2 is a 3 whopping movement points. So I'm not even sure I'm going to get there. The Knight is on this wall here. He has to go either through the trap to get here, or he has to go 1, 2, 3 like that to get around. And oh, by the way, there's a trap to get to the snake this way as well. You know what? I might be better off trying to get the archer to catch the snake. The archer has a lot more movement points, but the archer does get a +3 to all of her movement, so she's going to get 6 movement. That's still not going to get her as close as the... The problem is the knight's going to get a +2 to whatever his movement is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, and then gets a +2. So even if he rolled a perfect 6, he's not going to get there. Of course he can spend essence. But the snake actually has to go this way to get out of the dungeon. He's going to get a +4, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then whatever he rolls gets added to that. But I'm guessing the snake's going to be right about here next turn. So I'm going to use the archer to take the snake down. Actually, let's look at the skills of the snake. The bow is one of them, and so is the chaos, which the knight is at least okay with. Basically, the knight has a weapon that adds +4 to chaos, but the knight normally gets a -2. So it's not the best thing in the world. Yeah, I like the plan. So I'm going to roll for the... I don't even need to roll for the knight because I already get a +2, but I rolled a 5 just to see. I would have been able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then +2. I mean, I would have been able to make it, but I'm actually going to just go mine. So let's do that. Let's get out the pickaxe and let's let the town burn. Because I am obsessed with getting my obsidian. All right, a 1 is crap, and that's mine C. And we got ourselves an amethyst. And that's the whole move, because he spent 2 turns moving. So his turn's done. Now we go to 2, which is the archer, and we will do a move with the archer. And that's not good. It's a 4 plus 6 is 10. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's getting close. It's going to be tough. I may have to spend some essence to catch the snake next time around. Remember, the archer has long shot, which can shoot a monster 4 spaces away. So that's the other reason why the archer, you know, is good at hunting these things down. Okay, archer's done. Next is 3, which is the mage. So let's roll for a movement. I rolled a 4, and then he gets a +2. 1, how did he get here? Oh, that's right, he came in this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then +2. Is a secret room a free action check? I think it is. Let me look. Picking a lock is free. Oh yeah, discovering a secret room is it's an action, but it can be part of your move. So I'm going to go ahead and I don't even need to roll. He gets a +2. So we're going to move here so that way the minion won't spot him if he comes to here. And we're going to try to find that secret room. Now I'm purposely picking this guy because he gets a 6 plus 4, I believe. Yes, plus 4 because he has that little medallion. So this little secret room guy here, that's just the double-sided token. What do I need to do to discover that secret room? We went through this before, but it's been so long I already forgot. I think there's a secret room. There's the mystery chamber. This is quest items. That's not going to help. All right, I will pause and look this up because I'm trying to see what number I need to discover that secret room. Okay, I figured it out. There's these tokens here. So these lock tokens are for the secret rooms. So the secret room basically, you get 3 tries, and you have to get a 19 or better to discover the room. Like if I drew this one. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them. We're going to pick one, right? So this is 3 tries. You need an 18 or better. You see that? So we're going to take a bunch of these out and shuffle, shuffle. And then, in addition to the locked ones, you have these other ones that look unlocked. So this is like after you unlock it, then the rogue has to come in and pick the lock. And now you're picking the actual lock. And there's these little lock chambers that you have to, move up and down, which is more rolling dice. It's not anything more, concrete than that. But we use these tokens so little, I forgot that they were even there. So let's... So let's do this. That one already flipped over. Oh, that would have been a sweet one. Look at that one. You only need a 14. This one was also flipped. Okay. Let's try not to pay attention to where that 14 was. All right. So I made my kids laugh because we used to do this when we were younger. My mother and your mother were hanging up close. My mother punched your mother right in the nose. What color was the blood? Blue. B-L-U-E. Out goes Y-O-U. All right. And there we go. The other one was Engine, number 9. Going down Chicago line. There's a few other ones. But anyways, we did that all the time. And my kids are missing out. They're totally missing out. Instead, they just walk around going, bruh, bruh. All right. This is actually going to be challenging. So we have 3 tries to get a 17. And each try is an action. So it's going to take us several turns unless I squeak one out right here. And 11 is a wonderful roll. Okay, so 11 plus the 4 from the medallion. Right here, see, add +4 to wisdom, right? Because it's your wisdom that you're doing. So that's 15. I only need 2 more, and I'm going to get it, baby. Because look at this. His wisdom is a 6 at level 2. So we did it in one roll. But this was like, we went out of our way to make sure we could pull this off. So this is done, and now that door is ready to be unlocked. So while we're at it, we'll just grab one of these tokens. Just grab that one. I'll lay it right there. And technically speaking, what we essentially did is this door is the this here. So we need to pick the lock to the door. And that's not an easy one. It's a 554. I've seen a lot lower numbers. And you get 3 tries on that one. And so we can go ahead and just put that right on the door there. And so so we're going to have to send our rogue over to pick that lock. Our rogue gets a +2 to her lockpicking skill, which is really good because you're rolling D6s on this. So you would think, okay, +2, that's not that good. But when you're rolling a D6, that's amazing good. We're not talking D18 or D20s here. We're talking D6. So getting a +2 means you basically have a 50% chance of getting it. Okay. So that was the wizard. He had to use both actions to discover the secret room. I call that a success. So now we move to the rogue. We could try to just go straight into the secret room. We do run the risk of this minion detecting us, and the rogue has to walk quite a bit to get there. Or we can just party up with 3 of us and just go into this room here, which is sort of along the way, right? I mean, we have to go up that way anyways. So I'm going to spend 1 essence and we're going to party up. And basically the rogue is asking the cleric and the paladin to join her party in the hero's vigil. So that's like, an old pub for them. So let's roll for the rogue. I rolled a 4. She gets a +4. So that'll be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then it doesn't matter what else I roll, I'm definitely going to be in the room partying. So we're going to go ahead and get that off. And let's hope I didn't make a huge mistake doing this. Okay, next up is the Paladin. I rolled a 3. The door is here. 1, 2, 3, and he gets a bonus of 2. And he just needs a 1 to get in, so he made it. And then we go to the Cleric. I rolled a 6 for her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. This isn't gonna work. What did she roll? Crap. She was here. She rolled a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it was an 8, we said. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have to go up and around. This is a wall, folks. So this one was a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then she gets a +2. And whatever she rolls, she gets a +4. And the door is actually up here, so she made it in. This guy is the one I'm worried about. We rolled a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I said no matter what he gets in, right? Because 1, 2, 3, nope. So 1, 2, 3, 4. He didn't roll just a 2 though, did he? I think it was 5, 6. All right, so we're gonna roll for him again. I just rolled a 2 this time. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then he gets 2 bonus movement. He's not gonna, well, the Cleric, will make it. He needs to spend 1, 2, 3, 4 essence to get in. Oh. He'll do it. So his 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. He drops to 3 essence now. And I know I botched that up big time because I rolled and I didn't remember what I rolled, and there was a wall here and I was just walking right through the wall. But I think I got it as close to accurate as possible. I think the Paladin was in a lot of trouble because he had the longest distance to go and he doesn't have really good movement. So, okay, we're there. The Paladin only has 3 essence. I do have an ochre juice which I can give him to give him more essence because I'm probably going to need to use Consecrate Ground so we can hit these things easier. Because we're going up against a level 3 monster. And that is big time, folks. So let's get out our Sunday shoes. We're going to Sears. All right, let's put on our Sunday best. We're going to Sears. Okay. Drum roll. Here's what we got. I was going to say, you get to fight 2 monsters back to back. Isn't that what always happens to us? So, all right, we got a sword. We have a scepter. And we have a magic. So we almost have a perfect party for this particular one. But you can see here it's 17, 14, 14. I'm going to go ahead and randomize. Okay. So I'm going to do the level 1 Consecrate Ground. That only costs 3 essence because he only has 3 essence left. And then we'll use the ochre juice to refill all of his essence to max. So I'm going to make sure I squeeze out every last drop of essence before I use the potion. So we're going to do this, and that's going to lower their abilities by 2. Not quite as good as 4, but I will take it because 2 makes these a little bit easier for us to hit. So the Paladin is now at 0 essence, but he used his ability. Remember, the Cleric can heal, and who else is in there? The Rogue has the Shadow Dagger. So those are our options here. We, of course, are going to attack. The Cleric will attack with this. The Paladin's going to attack with that. And then the Rogue will attack with the magic, which is no longer a real great thing for the Rogue. In fact, it's not good at all. I can, before this battle starts, the Cleric actually has this, but we wouldn't have known what we were fighting against, but the Cleric actually had this. Yeah, we didn't know. So I can't like say, hey, I would have traded that. That's not how that works. Now what's interesting is if we look at the Cleric situation though, the Cleric gets a +5, +2. She gets a +7 to this, but this only does 1 damage. This one does 2 damage, but she gets a +3, +2, which is a +5 total. So +7 total here for 1 damage, +5 total here for 2 damage. The problem is the Rogue is a -3 to the Scepter. The Rogue is a -1 to the Sword, because I was going to say, well, the Paladin can do Scepter attacks, but that's not going to work either. Okay, we're going to just stick with it. The Rogue will do the magic, and we're probably going to get hit for that one. So let's roll. All right, it doesn't look very good for the home team. So we got an 8 here. And then I said we get to add 7. So 8 and 7 is 15, which is a hit even without the spell. And unfortunately, though, we're only hitting for 1 damage. So this thing has 5 health left. And we're going to go ahead and just put this off to the side so you can see it. He has 5 health. Okay? All right. This is an 8, which the Paladin gets to add another 7, 8, 9 to. So 8 and 9 is 17. But remember, the Paladin cast a spell. Even though we hit it to 17, we would have done even better. Or I'm sorry, we didn't need to do quite as good, but that's good enough. Paladin does 2 damage. So this 5 drops to a 3. Okay? Now we go to the magic, which is the Rogue. We rolled a 10, which is a healthy number, but the Rogue doesn't add anything to it. It's literally a +0 for the Rogue because we move stuff around. So with that said, the 10 stands, and even with this being reduced by 2, the Rogue takes 2 damage. And the Rogue is down to 2 total health. So, so the Cleric will spend some essence, and we're going to heal the Rogue. And the Cleric can heal her for 4 and needs to spend 3 essence. So the Cleric drops down to 7 essence and is going to heal the Rogue for 4. So the Rogue is now going to go up to 6. All right, and then let's keep going. All right, of course the magic's first. I'm going to use the ochre juice with the Paladin, and we're going to get to maximum essence. And then the Paladin's going to spend 4, so he's going to drop to 9 essence. And we're going to lower this guy's numbers by 4. So we're going to do the consecrated ground again. All right, so that's a 9. This is a 10. So we failed again. So the Rogue takes 2 more damage. Drops down to 4. That's an 11. We obliterate that one for 1 damage. We probably should have attacked, well, yeah, I'm not going to second guess this. So we're down to 2. And then this is a 16, which is more than enough. And the Paladin does 2 damage. So we do kill the guy. We get 2 life force for this. And we're going to have to do that for some loot. Oh gosh. Before each combat, each hero must test Wisdom 14 to resist the corruption. On a fail, they lose health and essence, which could have impacted this battle. Dang it, dang it, dang it. All right, so let's roll for the Paladin, because that's the one that matters the most. Of course, the Paladin rolls a 5. They get to add 3, so that's 8. They would have failed. They would have lost all 3 essence. So what I'm going to do then is we would have just used the ochre juice right away. So I'm going to have to take 1, 2, 3 essence off for that first round. I'm also going to have to hit him for 1, 2, 3 health damage. So he's down to 4. So now with the Rogue, we're going to go ahead and roll. Rogue rolled a 13, and the wisdom for the rogue is 0. So that doesn't do any good. So Rogue's going to take some damage. And how much? 2. And remember the healer had to heal her. So I'm just going to apply the 2 damage now. But she would have been like at 2 health. And, like she went from 4 down to 2 at some point in the battle. And then we healed her. Well, that would have been a kill thing. But remember, this game is extremely flexible. You're allowed to heal at any time. So we would have just healed after that happened. And then we got to roll for the Cleric, who has a wisdom of 3. And I rolled a 5. It doesn't say 5 now, but it was a 5. So she would have taken damage as well. And the Cleric would have only lost 1, which is good. Because we need her to heal everybody with her essence. She has 6 left. Oh, I'm sorry. She has a lucky charm that gives her +3. So that was a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Still not enough. Needed a 14. Okay, I already took the 2. Now we're going to roll for this, and then we'll call it a successful battle. So my apologies there for always forgetting to look at the bottom of the card. And I'm going to roll this properly. It didn't matter. It still was a crappy roll. I got an 8. So we don't get squat gold or loot. We just killed our first level 3 monster, folks. So that's something. We definitely took damage. It was definitely difficult. And we get a quest item here, which is blank. So it's good enough. And I'm looking to see if there's anybody left to go, and there isn't. So we're done with our turn. So now the minions get to go. Nobody spawns this time. So we have 1 raider. So we're going to start with the Wraith. All right, so Wraith is going to move 1 + 3 is 4, and then blue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and blue would have been perfect because it would have turned around, but he's actually stopping right there. That's all he rolled. Okay, next is the Shadow Servant. 2 + 3 is 5, and then orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Didn't need to switch paths. Next is the Shadow... Oh, good catch. Next is the Shadow Dweller, who is not raiding. I'm going to re-roll that. It's a blue. So 3 + 4 is 7. And then blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then just turn right around. 6, 7 along the blue track. Next is our raider. So if I roll low, this is going to be good. That's not low, but he adds 4 to it, so it's a 9. So the little snake that could. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next, the archer. 4 + 3 is 7, blue. Oh, I moved the wrong guy last time. I moved the wrong guy. So let's fix this. This guy is the one that moved 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the Wraith. See? Hello. This is the archer. So it's the archer is the one that we... So he moved 4 already, because remember we did that? I rolled a blue again, and then this is a 4, plus he gets 3 more. So he actually is going to go 1, 2, 3 on his way back out. So we can go to the secret room, and that archer's not going to notice us. Came close, but not quite. All right, that puts us at an hour. I mean, I really could upload 2-hour-long videos. I don't know if you guys like it when I keep them at an hour. I've been told that it's actually painful to try to find the next video sometimes, but I do keep them in a series. Yeah, I'll upload it. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome.